I had the blue hat on. Yay.
Hi everyone, I'm Viviane and I'm here with lovely Linda and Diana Bowles. Um, and it's so nice to see you all again joining us. How's Wanda? I didn't see Wanda. Is she there?
Oh, she's sitting here on my lap, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very happily chewing on my sweatpants, which I'm not very pleased about. But, it keeps her
Pinching.
happy, it keeps her quiet. So, yeah, we're good. She's doing well. She's doing well. She's back to gaining weight again. So,
Oh, good.
yeah, so I'm happy about that.
Good.
We are all wearing glasses today. That's good because I need to rest my eyes from the wearing contacts a little
Oh,
bit. So we have
I
a job
gave them
to
up a
use.
long time ago because the mid vision is like I was down to wearing one lens because my mid vision is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I only wear my glasses when I drive. I need these, but not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because you know how the computer screen messes with you.
Yeah.
Yes, I noticed that being closer like this, I may need a prescription just for the um.
What booking?
It's
That's
because it's very
that's not a foolish idea. That's a
yeah.
good
You
idea.
Because
did? You foolish?
yeah, I noticed that I'm with especially with my lenses. I strain my eyes a lot more now. Um, but it's good to have a break from the geeky glasses a little bit too. Anyway. Um,
Well,
and I
we're
say
two
that
minutes
as a
into
good
the
thing. I'm not. Geek is good.
We're
um,
2 minutes into the show and we've already got 4 questions.
ooh,
So, so
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
So,
I want to say quickly. I had a pop up live last night, and it was like a spontaneous thing, and it was fun. I ended up staying on for like 3 hours, and I want to thank everyone that joined and and even if not the ones of course that watched the replay, and it was fun, but it should have been a pajama party because I ended up like pretty late and
pajama
putting
parties would
putting
be
some people
fun.
to sleep. No. But anyway, it was fun. And yeah, thank you. And a reminder to all of you to double check your channel subscriptions and your notification too, because I noticed that my channel count went down and some other channels too. I had to do the same, resubscribe. And so just double check because sometimes this happens. And make sure to please subscribe to all three channels.
Okay,
Um,
we've got 11 questions. No more
okay.
questions.
All right. So let's close these
Questions are
questions.
closed.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. I'm going to type here on my channel. Questions are closed. Okay. Because we're not staying here for 3 hours like I did last
No,
night.
no. I'll burst my
So
bladder. 12. Ah.
I think it was one. They may be. Oh, some people, and no need to do the join explanation. But
Yeah.
anyway, we got you anyway.
Yeah, we're not using Nightbot today.
And
You can't use Nightbot when you're simulcasting. So, my buddy only works on my channel. So, yeah.
mm-hmm.
I got to draw your attention to this. There
Yes.
was only one question picked up, and they both came in at 5:03. One is for rocks. That's the one that we've
Yeah.
missed. If we
Okay,
have
I see it.
time,
Okay.
Okay.
if we have time, is that
Mm-hmm.
okay?
And they
Please
may
say.
be something that is
I mean,
double
I'm okay with
here.
staying. We usually do anyway. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
am
So,
I in this?
so
Are we
we,
all? Are we
oh,
all
don't,
busy yet?
don't, Diana, you're making me dizzy.
Oh, and we have one
Yeah,
one
fall off your
question that is
couch.
double. So we actually have 12. Kieran had a question twice, so I'll
Oh,
remove
did she?
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
So,
we have 12 questions.
okay. So I'll read out who we've got. We've got
Mm-hmm.
White Dragon, Emily Lawrence Bradley, KK, Bernie Girl, Rock Z. Oh, so that makes two for Roxy, right? Okay.
No,
So,
one said I've got Kiran.
You've got one at 503, but this one was at 502.
Oh, well, wait a minute.
I'll wait till I get there. Never mind. Rock
yeah.
That's
and
crazy
got it.
because there's two of them
Davy
came in at 503
Jones.
for her.
Rocks and Davy Jones and Nathan Sipley and Pierrette. Hi, Pierrette. And Kieran. Hi, Kieran. I see two questions from Kieran. Okay. All right.
Now,
And
are they both about polyps? Because she's got
Yeah.
one at
Yeah.
503 with rocks. See?
Yeah.
and Maureen D'Amico. And then the last one is also from Rocks. So I'll leave that one there because it's got more detail. The first one from you, Rocks, it just asked for a reading. And so that's what we'll.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay, fine. So
Yeah.
we're down to 10 questions. Okay, fine.
Okay.
I can, my stomach can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'll
didn't eat
I'll
a spoonful of peanut butter.
No, as my bladder will burst. So,
Well,
uh,
but remember, hey, if you need to, we take breaks for a sip, and if you need
Yeah.
to take a break for that,
yeah, for
off.
the consequences of the sip. Yeah. Oh,
Don't
yeah.
suffer from,
Yeah. Problem is that sometimes I don't notice until I stand up and then I go, oh.
Yeah, don't suffer through it.
Hi, Pixie Dust.
Yes, hi Pixie. So
And Leah. Hi, Leah.
yes, hi Leah, hi Rox, hi Maureen, Kieran, Nathan, Perret, Davy, Burner Girl, KK, Emily, and White Dragon.
And Diane G.
Paula, Diane.
The fabulous mod.
Yes, yeah, Diane rocks. Venus is here too. Nas. All right, so I am going to read the prayer protection. Let's take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to breathe in. Through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, and exhale all that. When you breathe out, release all that does not serve your highest good. So one more. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source, and we ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us. And we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. So it is. Thank you. And I'm going to open the Akashic Records for this group. We open ourselves to the light, and with this light we open ourselves, our truth, and with this light we open ourselves to our soul's purpose, and with this light we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so this group and those watching the replay are given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. Now I'm going to read this out loud. Silently. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of this group and those watching the replay to receive the records of their soul. So the records are now open. Hi, Linda and Paula, Jen, and Shenanigans came in too.
Oh, Shenanigans is here. Hi, Shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see you here.
Yes, and Kim B. I didn't say hi to Kim.
Hey, Kim's here too. I missed you as well. I'm sorry. I haven't been paying attention. Sorry.
Uh, let's see.
Oh,
I think
Emily, please, let's not start talking about food, okay?
Emily, there was so much talk about food yesterday that I gained a couple pounds just by reading the chat.
Just
So
listening to it.
let's
Yeah.
take it easy. Let's take it easy with the food. Yes.
I made okay. So they're starting now. Rock says making chili cheese dog today. Yeah. Okay.
And I have to make dinner after this. I don't have dinner ready.
I
So
made a
I'll be
big pot
hungry.
of sweet potato, chickpea, and lentil soup yesterday.
Oh, nice. I like.
Big pot, like 6 liters of soup. It's very thick. It's very good. The recipe's on the internet. There's lots of them.
And what is the big first ingredient you mentioned?
Sweet potatoes,
Oh, okay. All good
and
stuff.
makes a nice thick soup. And I'm freezing it, and so that'll save me
Chickpeas,
some.
chickpeas and lentils are great too. They all
Yeah,
great, are healthy.
I don't like lentils by themselves, but with chickpeas, yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! I make a really good lentil stew. It's been a while since I made it, but it's very good and healthy.
Okay, Rox wants chili from Wendy's.
Well, I have a big pot of pea and barley soup with Brussels sprouts in it.
Oh, I'm making soup too. Where it's soup night.
I live on soup. It's the
I'm
winter,
making
especially.
tomatoes.
Yeah, it's the winter.
Homemade tomato soup today.
Yeah.
I'm
Handy.
making red lentils next time.
Yeah.
Orange, you know those little orange ones?
Yeah, those are good. They cook quickly too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys. Okay, that's it. No more ham, no more soup, no more nothing. No more chili. Okay, no more.
Mhm.
No more chili dogs.
Yeah. So let me. Oh, actually, sometimes I like to write notes.
Yeah, I know. It hits dinner time, so I don't eat
Yeah.
till we're done.
I'll make my soup
Oh, me
after
too.
live, but it is pretty fast and easy, so we'll be.
Do olives count?
Me too. I
I
like
had
the
5
soup.
big fat green olives.
Ooh,
Pickle,
I
of
like
course.
green olives.
In brine.
Hi,
Just come in.
Akila.
Oh, Akila's here. Hi, Akila. It is soup weather. It is.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's 16 degrees today because there's no wind.
Oh no, a
Yesterday it was
dragon.
7. And it's been snowing a lot. So I've got about, I've had like 10 inches over the past week and a half. But right now it's probably 6 because this afternoon sun has come out every time we've had a couple of days of snow, and that kind of packs it down or turns it to ice, and it packs itself down.
I saw White Dragon's comment. I don't eat pork anymore. It's been years and years since I don't eat bacon or pork.
I got to make friends with some more Filipinos so I can get invited to these.
Yeah, because
And the juice, yes, and the juice. The juice is good soup stock.
I do love
Sauerkraut. I drink the juice out of the jar before I eat the kraut.
Oh wow.
I love it. Yeah. Which reminds me, I'm out of sauerkraut.
Hey,
what
you like the huge one from Costco then? That's one good thing about living where I'm at. I am like 5 minutes away from Costco. It's so hard to go there like every day.
To get an urge, it's like going to McDonald's.
Sauerkraut's really easy to make. You just shred it, or you buy shredded bags of coleslaw, and you put salt on it, and you just keep pounding it down and putting salt on it, and put a lid on it, and it ferments itself.
Very healthy for your guts.
But you need vinegar, and you need water and vinegar. Otherwise, if you
to preserve it, but not to just
make sauerkraut the German way.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You need vinegar and water. A fermented food, no matter what, is very good for you. So anything in brine, of whatever the brine is, right? But the old German way, and then you put caraway seeds in it too and get a little licorice punch. That's really good. Or fennel.
I was going to make a joke.
God, let's
Listen,
have
where
some
my,
rye bread
where
with
my,
Roxas-
I'm wearing my Christopher.
Rox
So
is laughing at me
this
for
channel
making
is
friends for
also
food.
about-
You know what this is about? One of you in there, this is the answer to the question that you're asking.
What?
I was,
Sauerkraut?
No.
I was going to make a joke. Wait. I laugh at my own jokes even before I say something.
Okay.
Wow.
These folks wonder
This channel
what
is also.
censored.
I'm wearing my bracelet. This is black.
Enough
too.
picking
So
on them.
this channel
I'm
is like,
sorry.
make sure
I
you wear protection and take your probiotics.
This is going to turn into the psychic food
Leah
stream.
knows what I'm talking
Take,
about.
no, wear protection.
We're only
veggies and take
food.
probiotics.
Today we're only
Pierogies with mashed potatoes and kraut stuffing. Mm.
or just mashed potatoes, cheese, and onion.
Okay, let's read the questions.
Okay, let's
We'll
get
be here
started.
till midnight and nobody's going to eat.
Okay,
Hi, Paul.
But wear protection. Eat your
Oh,
veggies
You
and take
haven't been?
probiotics.
Oh, God. Are we going stir crazy because it's winter or what?
okay. So maybe I'll do a pop up, and all we'll talk about is food and what we had for dinner and
Yeah.
how psychics eat.
Sip sip.
With a straw.
Who invented the sip sip? I always thought it was Jackie
Psychic,
that
not
started.
psychic. Okay. Oh, God, I'm so witty. I know.
Oh, hi Donna.
Well, are we ready to go? Did we finish?
Yes,
all the
yes,
questions?
we
have
are.
some questions.
We are.
Sorry about that, everybody. Oh my God, slap happy. The moon is in Leo now. Yesterday, it was that important, but we are
Mhm.
still under the Merkaba. We're going to be under the Star of David for a long time. I just looked at the charts for the 25th. We're still under it. Okay.
Mhm.
Hi, Paul. Compared to the records of the Palladian planet ascent to the Earth's,
What?
which part of the process are we at now? Palladian process ascent to the Earth. I don't understand exactly what you're trying to tell me, hon.
I think he's trying to compare how the Pleiadians or Pleiadians, how they ascended and how we're ascending and comparing the two. But the thing is, the Pleiadians have been at it for a lot longer than humanity.
Well, so many of us are Palladians. We
Yeah.
are starseeds. So, but okay, let me just think a minute. Well, we can think of the seven sisters and all the different legends for the Palladians that we hear. You guys are really funny today. Now they're singing Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black, black, black. She asked her mother for 50 cents so she could watch the elephants over the fence. Okay, what's the cue in there? They came here with more knowledge than human nature has. They came here from a 5D perception, 6D perception. If we use string theory, then they are up there in the 16th frequency. Ooh. Okay. So it's beautiful, but what they're showing me is like if you were standing on a very high cliff, what I am seeing is the way an ocean has a subtleness about its waves. It's not a turbulent wave. And there are little minor white caps from time to time. And it is the dark abyss of space. Egypt is fertile. In through this stargate, Egypt is a fertile land. And it's as if we have been working backwards. There's greater recognition and understanding now in the personal experiences that make no sense to the human tongue, but certainly make sense to the psychic, for lack of a better term, the psychic mind, the telepathic mind. We won't all get there at the same time. Not without more cataclysmic events. Keep stretching, keep rising as individuals. The collective comes together in that ascension as 33 trillion angels would come together. Just follow that frequency. You may feel alone here, but in your space trucking nighttime travels, you know you are higher than most here. End of transmission. Not even sure what I said except for the vision of this abyss looking like an ocean, but not being the ocean. I hope that helps.
Well, thank you.
I've had so many events last week. Paul knows about a lot of them. And I've talked about them on the show. And last week, Friday, I spoke again because it all came together when LA broke into flames. And, my kids my son and his wife live 5 miles from downtown Hollywood. And at one time, that fire was encroaching to 3 miles or so from their front door. So they were waiting for their wave to be called to get out of there. And then all of a sudden it stopped and they got it under control and they reeled it back and they lifted the evacuation notice.
Yeah.
So yes, it is it's a kind of that for us here on Earth. It may not have been that way for those living up there. You know what I mean? Because coming down here was an option, whether you came here or you went to some other planet when things were blowing up. Yeah, I think that it's piecemeal and individual, and the collective finds themselves. You're listening to Space Trucking. There was a group that Deep Purple headed their.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a
Smoke on Water,
rat, so.
And I like Smoke on Water. Yeah, nice song.
Fire in the Sky.
Yeah. Thank you, Diana. I'm going to take the next one. This is from Pirate. Okay, do I have any abilities that I have not tapped in as tapped in? Yes, from another life. And if yes, could they tell me? Okay. All right. I'm looking at the question again. Okay, from another life. Okay. Interesting, Pirate. I see. I have the image of someone painting. I see holding a brush and painting. Um, and before that, because I was initially I was thinking, okay, your question was about um, psychic abilities or clairs and all that. So when I thought about that, when asking the question, I got you using those abilities. You have them now. And then when I asked the question again, that's what I saw. So you have a creative side that you can explore. Let's see if I see any. I see Leah is celebrating something.
She
So
found an
congratulations.
apartment. She found an apartment. Leah found an
Oh,
apartment.
how
Yeah.
cool, Leah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she can be
awesome.
by
I got
herself
chills, Leah.
for the first
Ooh,
time ever. She can be by herself.
you love it, girl. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
You
I'm
may
I'm
take.
so I'm so excited for her, honestly.
Oh, that's so. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Awesome, Leah. Well, let me tune in real quick again to Tourette's.
Yeah, miracles.
I saw painting again, and this time was plain air, right? When you paint outside.
Yeah.
And I saw the easel, and I had because initially I just saw it was a close up of the hands holding the brush and painting. So yeah, I have that that creativity to explore pirates. I hope that helped you. And thank you so much for your question. And let me see here. Or would you like to take this one on from Nathan?
Nathan wants to have a reading on his life as or with Genghis Khan. Well, first I'm going to look and see if that's
Mm-hmm.
wow. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but like you get 1,000, well, no more than that. You get 5,000 horses riding. It makes a hell of a noise and it can be heard miles and miles away. Um, Let me try to get a little more definition. The You are in charge of a bunch of soldiers. I don't know exactly how many, so like maybe 50. Um, I don't think 100. I think maybe 50. And each of you, in addition to the horse you're riding, you have at least 2 horses, and some of you have 3. So some of you have 4 horses altogether, and some have 3. And the 2 horses are your relief horses, you know? Because then you can ride for a lot further, a lot faster. You just switch horses, and they're all saddled, and they all have supplies, and they're all ready to just jump on. And then if somebody's on the ground, they can just grab the nearest horse and get on it and go, even if their horse is cut down from underneath them. It's a very efficient way of doing battle. So you're at the moment that I'm seeing you, I can't really, well, you're a mature man, like you're maybe in your 30s, I guess. There are probably 2 layers between you and the Khan. 2 layers of command between you and the Khan. So there's he confers with 5 or 6 generals who then go back to their subordinates. And you're one of the subordinates, okay? You're riding towards Eastern Europe, towards the west. I don't know, maybe Austria, Poland, I'm not sure. You've left your families behind because you're on a mission to conquer. You're on a mission to get more territory. So your families have all been left behind in your villages and towns and campsites and whatnot. There's you don't have a bunch of people following you. You set up camp at sunset. You rise at dawn and break camp and get on your horses and you ride. And you have dried meat with you, but mostly and feed for the horses and stuff like that. But mostly you hunt for the food that you eat, because the steppe there's deer and there's lots of rabbit and other like smallish kind of animals that you can go out and hunt. When you get to a village, there's like, it's huge, okay? It's a huge army. I don't know how many thousands. When you get to a village, a group of you surrounds it and kills a bunch of people and take whatever is of value, and you take food and you just keep riding. Yeah. So That's what I got. That's what I got, Nathan. I didn't see anything distinguishing you from any of the people around you. So, like, you weren't exceptionally bad. You weren't exceptionally good. You were a competent leader. Your men were loyal to you and followed you and didn't try to, stab you in the back, like literally. So, I'm trying to see the end of your life. You actually made it through all the battles in Eastern Europe, and when the troops, a lot of them stayed, but a lot of them went back, and you went back to your village. But that was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years later. Nobody expected to see you again. So yeah, that was actually pretty good. So you kind of like died in your bed. I mean, not, I don't know literally because I didn't see that, but you died of old age. So yeah, that's what I got. You guys get anything? Yeah? No?
She's muted. You're muted, hon.
Sorry, I was typing. I was actually responding to a few comments on the chat, so I wasn't tuning in. I want to say a quick hi to
Oh, you're
Sunset
welcome.
Jean and
Oh, Sunset Jean's here. Hi.
yes, and Garnet is here, and Annie Bear is here, Moira, and
Osiris Hades.
and Cici
Hi.
Angel. So I just want to say I hope I didn't miss anyone. So yeah, I just want to say
Annie Bear's here too. Hi, Annie Bear.
yes. So yeah, I'm sorry. I was replying to a few comments here in the chat, and then I saw this. So from Nathan. So thank you for your question, Nathan. And whose turn is now? Oh, it's Diana. Okay.
No, I'm just excited for Leah.
Yeah, me too. I'm super happy for you, Leah. You love it.
Hi,
Oh,
Rox.
here's Rox is talking about chili dogs again.
That's why she came to Earth in the first place. Was that and fight for beer?
Hey, why not?
Of who I became before coming into an earthly life, and why were you selected to come here? Okay, give me a minute. There's Lyrian energy. I cannot see exactly who you were up there. I do see that you have a ship of your own, but exactly what your rank or occupation was with this. Oh, you're the mother unit. You're in the mother unit. Okay. Oh, that's confusing. You are going to be, you were selected because you're half human to begin with. And there was an incubation period going on this ship. They're just calling it the mother unit. And then you are brought down to go through a term pregnancy implant on Earth. But this was arranged. The parents were agreed to this prior to its happening, because they themselves could not bear children. The encounter between the Lyrian and your earthly mother, considered to be similar to biblical times. Your mother was not young like Mary, but she was not old like Anne, Mary's mother. They are saying that your mother had a hard time conceiving. That she had miscarriages before, like 3 months, 4 months, she would miscarry. You're not in the United States in this lifetime that this happens. It is like the Swiss Alps. More than a century ago. To translate that to how we're here now, I can't even really recall the question, the way you worded it, in order to direct to your wording. And this Swiss Alps appearance was beautiful. You know, you weren't that high up. You were in a nice little borough town. Yeah. But that was why your mother agreed to this, your father agreed to this, your earthly parents, because they could not conceive. When they did, they couldn't go to term.
Mm.
So I hope that helps.
Wow. Thank you, Diana.
Yeah.
Rossi made a comment before. That's where hybrids are.
I'm sorry?
Rossi made a comment. I want to put it up.
Sure,
before,
please.
so you can see. That's where hybrids are taken care of.
The mother unit, yeah. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean she was a hybrid in that lifetime?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they took the sperm or the seed, but whomever was the one with the difficult problem was how it worked.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So that means that there's been hybrids on this planet for like a really, really long time.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not new.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, let's see. I thought I unstarted this. Okay. I guess I'm next. Okay, Bernie Girl. Please tell me what my spiritual talents were in my past, and if it's the same for the present. Okay.
Wow, Rox. Did you see what she said? Her actual mom had 14 kids and 12 survive.
Wow. That's amazing. And things skip a generation. So you're, you could almost say you're your own grandpa.
I heard, Bernie Girl, I heard from a past life, clairvoyance is one of them. And clairaudience. Now I'm seeing a shaman. That's all from a past life. Let's see if I any comments from Bernie Girl. So those from the past life. Okay. And I got strong clairvoyance and clairaudience in this lifetime. And I heard it's still there for you to explore. It's still available for you in this lifetime to explore. Bernie Girl. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, so what's next? If you'd like to answer this one, Linda.
Davy Jones wants to know if they can have a past life reading which defines the relationship with their father. Well, your relationship with your father is defined in this lifetime. I can tell you if you've had past lifetimes with your father, in other relationships, like as siblings or as a couple, or but perhaps you were the father and he was the son. But as far as defining, no, I can describe previous lifetime relationships, but the meaning, the definition, the meaning has to come from you, right? I see a farm, and there's horses and oxen, and no mechanical stuff. So pre-industrial revolution. I'm not even sure if it's in Europe, or if it's in North America. Let me go a little further. It's a hard year. It's a hard. It's a difficult year because the weather's been bad. The weather's been cold and rainy, and the crops aren't growing properly. There's not enough sunlight, and the soil's too wet. And there's not a lot that you can do about that. You've dug channels to drain the land as best you can, and you did this by hand. And I see what I'm seeing is you're the head of the household, and your children are young. Like, I think the eldest looks like they're 10 or maybe 11, so they can't help with the heavy work. They can do things like there's 4 or 5 of them. They can do things like milk the cows and feed the chickens and gather the eggs and, help in the garden and help with planting and stuff. But the really heavy work, you're the only one who can do it. And it's literally back-breaking work. I mean, literally back-breaking work. In a good year, or maybe I should say in a normal year, this is hard work, but it's doable, and there's enough to feed everybody, and everything's fine. But it looks like it's going to be a hungry winter, and you're at your wit's end. You don't know what to do. You yell at your family a lot because you're worried, but you yell at them a lot, and you're very quick with the back of your hand when you think you're being back talked. So the little ones are sent off to go fishing. There's a river about a mile away, and you send them off to go fishing so that the fish can be smoked. They lay traps for rabbits, snares for rabbits. Everybody in the family is doing their very utmost to make sure that the coming winter, you'll be able to survive the coming winter. But the crops are still, it's not going to help the crops. Your wife has a garden, and she's doing her best to keep, to drain it and do all of that kind of stuff. It's not a very big garden, but in normal years it would provide you with cabbage and potatoes and onions. And this year the cabbages are rotting, so are the potatoes. And she's doing her very best to keep everything going. I can't tell which one of your children is your father. I just know that one of them is. I suspect it's hang on, just let me. Okay, so the 10-year-old and the I don't know, 7, maybe 8-year-old, something like that. They're off by the river and they're fishing. And because they're kids, they're, fooling around. The 6-year-old falls in the river.
Oh,
Yeah. And the 10-year-old is trying to save the 6-year-old's life and screaming bloody murder, but it's a mile away. Nobody can hear them. The 6-year-old is lost. The 10-year-old can't, the oldest, the 10-year-old can't even bring their body to the shore. He's just swept down the stream. And it's not even a very big river, and it's not very deep. But as he fell, he banged his head on a rock and knocked himself unconscious and wasn't able to do anything to save himself. Like, the water was maybe waist deep. So maybe up to the thigh of an adult. And not a particularly fast river, but too much for a 6-year-old, unconscious 6-year-old to struggle against, and a 10-year-old to try to save them was impossible. So he had to run home and say, little Albert fell in the river, help, help. And he's just eaten up by guilt, the 10-year-old. And the father's eaten up by guilt. I mean, you're eaten up by guilt. So you get even nastier. Because, of course, like, oh, man. So it's all a very unhappy story.
it will certainly benefit from healing later.
Sorry?
I said it will certainly benefit from some healing later.
Yeah, I think so.
Healing energy later.
I think so. This was
Mm-hmm.
this is not, nobody ever recovered from that. This is a wound that absolutely is carried forward on both parts.
Yeah, thank you, Linda, for that. And Diana, okay, Kieran's question for Diana.
Hi, my question is, I'm
And we
suffering
cannot
from nasal polyps from long time. I want to know why this has happened to me and how can I get rid of it, please, and thank you. Okay.
Now remember,
This is Diana talking. Like, using the neti pot would help, and taking Mullein, which I prefer to call Mullein, Mullien. It's also known as the witch's torch.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it in a capsule. You can make tinctures. I grow it on the lawn. I make tinctures out of it to use for coughs and such.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a buildup. So let me see what's causing it, what in a past life. Oh, well, first of all, they're showing me coal mines.
We read on this before, and I got, she was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. And there's they showed me her as a man in a dark, damp place.
The coal
It
mines.
could be related, to what you just said. But I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, that's okay. So we're both underground.
Yeah. It was,
right? And
it was dark and damp.
yeah, and you come home dirty and you're tired and you don't get cleaned up as good as you should. And this is a time when you got to go pump the water out of the well, drag it up from the river. Hand pump. This is a hand pump. You're not here in this country. Now you're in Ireland, in the coke fields, because that's really what coal, where you find coal. Yeah, this is in Ireland, and you would stay there for days before you would go home. So cleanliness wasn't all part of the norm anyway, but back in those days you're prepared for that. But the ability to reach some comfort from cleanliness was not a daily thing, because you would stay there for days and days in a camp where everybody just was in a bunkhouse and fell, and just whatever bunk they fall on, that's the one they're sleeping on. And so the acrid air of not only being underground but being in that environment. And if I do hope that you have sought medical treatment for this, because that could also be a sign of an underlying problem. You could have something through in your sinus passage creating it. So, those are the simple things that I would do if it was just a once here and once there. You could have autoimmune issues that are causing it, but it can also stem from ancestral connections and the environment in which you worked and grew up, because kids went to work in the coal mines.
Yeah. And we also discussed in the last reading.
Right. Like a young teenager, you're working there already. 14, 13.
Yeah. Some as young as 10.
Yeah. And this is coming from a past life, but we also discussed in the last time that we gave her a reading about the current environment. We talked about textiles and that things in her environment.
Paper mills. Oh my gosh. Before, just from my lifetime in Zug Island, where the smelting pots are for Body by Fisher, the car plants, the auto industry, nothing was regulated. There were no filters on those smokestacks. It just came billowing out. And you knew when they were melting down the iron ore, man, the whole... You didn't have to be in Delray to know what was going on in Dearborn.
She's asking what where is the comment? I'm sorry.
03 at 6:03
about a lesson. Oops, not this one. I'm sorry.
Here, lesson.
So what lesson to learn?
So to trust an ear, nose, throat specialist, and if do you know what an Edipop is? It's a salt solution that you pour through your nostril, but while you're pouring it up one, is pouring out the other.
Yeah. And
it's a funniest sensation, but it works. It can clear it out.
You're waterboarding yourself.
I'm sorry?
I use one. You're basically waterboarding yourself.
Something like that. Not quite as rough, but
yeah.
And then mullein is a natural plant that dry the leaves out, crush them up, put them in a capsule, make a tincture out of it, take a little sip here and there. Those are things that can help dry it up, because the mullein actually it really works. Snow on the ground brings allergies that can inflame things like that. I don't know where you're living now, but
yeah,
you're in your natural environment right now, whether pollution's under control or not. That just we've lost the protective shield of plasma around the earth, the part that protects us from these high solar impacts, such as this phase 25 that we're in, that isn't going to end till 26, near the end of 26. So, and then just because that happens doesn't mean 2025 is going to be, or 27 is just going to go, "Phew, boy, that was exciting,"
Mhm.
because it's going to gradually reel back, just like, the ebbing of and flowing of a tide. So this phase that we're in has been going on for a really very strong for more than a year already, but
Yeah.
from last summer. So if
Mhm.
you had them longer than that, then that could certainly be an indication of autoimmune and having an issue with the radiation from the sun.
Yeah.
Ultraviolet rays, they come through windows, they go through your clothing. You wear sunblock all year long,
And
even in the house.
yeah, for entertainment purposes only. Um, I
Entertainment and
Yeah,
enlightenment.
colloidal silver would help too.
yes. And I remember, Kieran, when I read on this for you the last time, that they showed me the past life, but they were really focusing on your current environment. So I did not think that it was okay. This is until you learn a. It was not like related to a lesson that you have to learn. So then um, this condition would disappears about your environment. And I want to say, oh hi, Starfish Jenny came in, and Seeker of Truth, hi. So that's why we're giving. I see another comment about from pixie dust. So yeah, you can buy that and make a tea from it. So it is. It is.
Yep, pixie dust, you're right.
Yeah, there.
I pick it and grow it, dry it, use it.
Yeah. You can get it on Amazon. I mean, it's
Mhm.
easily,
Yeah.
and most here in Canada, most pharmacies and health food stores carry it. It's very
Yeah.
easy to obtain.
In the
And
vitamin
yeah,
And that's me saying, no, not something that the masters are saying, but there are other things in your environment too that could be aggravating. Other, I don't know, hairspray, other anything that, there's so much in the environment that is, saturate. The environment is just saturated with all this. So when I read for you, I got a lot about textiles, and yeah, there was something about fabrics around you and the textiles.
um, she wants to know if, like, why it's bothering her in this lifetime. It's not from a previous lifetime, okay?
Yeah.
This is not something you're carrying forward. This is
Yeah.
just something that's happening right now, in this life. I mean, like, not like this
In your
moment.
current environment,
Yeah,
yes, that's
in
correct.
your
That's
current
why I brought
environment,
up.
with the body that you have, with the sensitivities that you have, and it's all it is it's about looking after yourself. Okay, that's it. It's just
And
about looking
yeah,
after
and then you
yourself.
have options. You
but
have
this is
options in addition to going to your regular doctor. You have options to look into some other suggestions, like as we
Yeah.
pointed out. But it is not
but
something that
this
you've
is
been carrying.
her susceptibility to this symptom
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
is in her genetic code
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because of the past life.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
is, I think, what her question is.
Yeah, I understand
Why is
now.
it bothering you? Because it's in your genetic code.
Mm-hmm.
It's in,
Yeah.
let's just say it's in your DNA.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it also comes from your parents or your mother, because coal was the way for a long time, the
Yeah.
only way. And so everybody was exposed to that.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's 23 pairs of chromosomes, which translates to 46 separate ones, which brings us 92 strands of DNA. So excuse me.
Yeah.
So, you'd have to have your DNA done in order to find out where that break is, where that abnormality comes from.
Yeah, but even then, like, so that it's it's abnormal DNA, you still have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, so
Well,
the
and it's a
first,
symptom of something else that's wrong. So I would, if it is so aggravating and continues over and over and isn't just dry nasal passages, then you should go see a doctor about that because it could be something much more serious or something very easily taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, and if you don't get an answer from one doctor, always get a second opinion too. It's always a good idea to get a second opinion from a different doctor if you're not satisfied with what you have. But I remember, I think it was last week that we looked into that because I usually don't remember readings longer. And Pixie Dust has another tip here. Let's see.
Okay, secret of truth. I'm ready to go make myself some tea right now and I
Mm-hmm.
have a bottle of elderberry here ready to go too.
Oh, Pixie Dust is saying Yuka is 100% independent app that will scan food and cosmetics to tell you what the impact might be on your health. Oh, that's good to know. It
Yeah,
will point out what chemicals are detrimental. Oh, thank you for that. I'm going to write that
Yucca.
down.
Okay, I like that.
Thank
Let me
you.
write it down so I don't forget when
thank
we
you,
start
Pixie.
with it.
That's very useful.
That's a great
Great information.
tip. Thank you so much. Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, let me
My queendom for a piece of paper.
Okay,
Yucca,
I'm gonna
yucca,
take this message for
yucca, like the plant.
KK. KK is asking, may I have a past life reading that relates to my current incarnation, please? Okay, I like that picture of the horse.
Sorry, was that mine? Oh no, it's
Mine,
hers.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Diana, I'll text you the app name.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Fiona.
KK, actually, it's funny that I said, well, I like that picture of the horse, and they showed me a horse, and they showed me you standing next to a horse, and then you started riding the horse, and then I heard England. So yeah, I'm hearing English farmland, and I still see you. I still see you riding the horse. And that was your horse, and you just enjoyed riding. So you had a very close connection to that horse, and I see. Okay, let's see. I felt that I passed with my current horses. Yeah. Okay. That's nice. Hi, Audra. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. Now I see you just walking next to your horse. And now I see the word England, so that is just another confirmation about um, and then I heard close relationship. Yeah, you're very close to this horse, and you wanted to have a horse since you were a little girl. And as I said that, I see you as a little girl riding one of those, wooden horses that rock, back and forth. Oh yeah, you're saying it must be one of the reasons why you're so horse crazy in this lifetime. I have to say, I kind of question myself. In the beginning, because I'm like, why am I seeing a horse? It's just because I just looked at the picture. I had a little bit of self-doubt there, because I'm like, well, why are they showing me a horse? It's just because I looked at the picture and I made a comment, but no, and then everything else started coming through. So yeah, that's what I got for you, KK. Thank you so much for your question. And you're saying, okay, you're the only one in your family that has horses. Oh wow, that's nice. Yeah, thank you for your question. That was really nice. So can I start this? Emily, we cannot tap into this. This could be a little tricky. Emily, I know you're here. She said she was doing dishes. She would like to know about why she incarnated in this lifetime. I guess I know it's for Linda, but it's like it is a broad question. We can all tap in and see what we pick up. Group work here, I guess.
Well, I mean, the short, sweet answer is because you agreed to.
Yeah, it's always a choice you make.
Soul
contract. You have a soul contract, and and it's sort of a universal kind of question we all have to answer for ourselves, each of us individually, So what you're really asking about is your soul contract. Is what did you agree to do in this lifetime? That's your
yeah.
I'll see my experience with the Akashic Records Masters on the question of soul contracts. I need to share that with you. Sometimes they want to answer and sometimes they don't.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, because the it's a catch-22. You have to learn your purpose, but part of your purpose is learning your purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of caught.
They're not going to they're not gonna tell you the end of the movie. They want you to watch it. Yeah. From the beginning to the end. They want you to live it.
No spoilers.
Be present. To be present in the moment too is very important.
And so that your free will is truly free. You are absolutely free to exercise your choices. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that, but I don't know what they'll give me. I mean, I'm just telling you that may not be a satisfactory answer. Okay. I may get, that I may, but I will ask and we'll see what happens. Like every other human, you are here to develop love and compassion. You are here to overcome fear. You are here to learn what brings you joy, what brings you sorrow, and to follow your joy. Look at the most difficult situations of your life so far. Examine them carefully. Examine them dispassionately without allocating blame or shame or glory. And see what lesson you can extract from that. Find out what you learned find out what you learned from those difficult situations. Did you learn to stick up for yourself? Did you learn not to speak up for yourself? See if those lessons are good lessons to carry forward in your life, or if they're warning signposts. Call yourself to account every day. Go over the events of the day and extract the meaning from them, extract the lesson from them. Should you have been more direct? Should you have been more compassionate? What can you do better next time? Don't get in the way of another person's karma, another person's lesson. And that's what I got.
Yeah, I also heard while you're giving the reading, I also heard we are all here to learn and grow. They were not showing me much, and and someone in the chat asked you, I think it was Leah, asked you, Emily, what's your passion? Do you have, it can
Yeah.
be more than one. You don't have to have one. You know, think about that.
Yeah, to follow your joy. That's what that means, is to follow your passion, is to do what you love to do. And that will lead you to your path, like little breadcrumbs along the way, like, oh,
Yeah.
this looks like fun. I think I'll learn about that. Or I think I'll do this. And then you go and do that. And then there's something
Yeah.
else that opens up for you, like things progress,
You make those choices, and sometimes you also she's saying, okay, she's saying, I'm trying to rediscover what makes me happy. That's great.
and that's
It's a start.
perfect.
Right?
Makes
Mhm.
perfect sense, Emily.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. And that's actually a really good lesson for all of us, because I don't often channel the masters directly.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that they wanted to give you this message directly means that it's important for you, but it's important information for all of us too, I think, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I said, they don't often talk straight to me. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead, Diana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as she's saying here, she's been through a long cold spell. So equate that to the lesson that you had to learn earlier in life when you were feeling that same cold abandonment. What is that lesson? How did you handle it then? How can you improve that now?
Yeah.
Are you accidentally alienating people? Are you doing things to, spite yourself? That puts you in a position where you're in this long cold spell. We are certainly living in some scary times, but fear can be a good tool. So if it's a fear-based thing that's keeping you back, remember that fear is friction and friction is warmth, and warmth propels.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying use a haphazard, wild approach. I'm just saying, use that fear to find your inner courage to make your own advancements towards making new friends and having a more fulfilled space. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the library still is a good place to go to meet people.
Yeah, and
Life has been
it's a
great for a long time.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you have
it's a
to perk it
process.
up somehow. Get out of the house,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, it's a process, and I think you probably, and this is me saying, is not the wonderful. This is me saying, is not the masters, Emily. You probably feel frustrated also because you, and I see myself in um, looking back, and years ago, that there's that frustration because you want the answers now. Like, I don't want to wait, and no, not now. This is the end. And
Patience, my
yeah,
ass.
when you're like, and then people tell you, but you have your whole life to figure out, but now, no.
Uh, Rox is
So
asking
it's
me.
not funny, but I'm just no. I just saw myself like that, looking at my own, uh,
Rox is asking about a triangular ship. That's what's above your house. The ship you were on during the mother unit was not triangular. It had more of a torpedo shape. It was it if it moved, it changed its shape. It shifted to something more sleek than what it was, as it was this like a base in space. Um, the ship you rode on to get here, I didn't see that, so I don't know. But there's so many different shapes out there, and the triangular showing up. Yeah, somebody's keeping an eye on you or letting you know that they're there. Are they family? It's possible. Are they making contact to you? You're seeing them. I would say that they're trying to get your attention.
So, Emily, I
You're feeling
see.
stagnant. Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
Yeah, I get
Just
it
say
too.
you got me, because yeah, I can see that we all have that phase in our life, like,
Yeah, go take
I
dance
want to be.
lessons, right? Go. There's a lot of continuing adult education classes that don't cost a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of free classes through like the YMCA and other organizations like that. If
Continue.
you're of senior age, join a senior citizen center. There's so many different things that you can just get reactivated and and
Mm-hmm.
and learn something new. Take a cooking class, something different that you don't know how to
Yes,
cook.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely. And
exotic breads from
uh-huh.
Italy.
I did a lot
Yeah.
of that. Oh, cool. She said she wrote
Leah,
this.
teacher.
Signed
Yes,
up
you
for
I
go,
signed up for
associate.
Emily.
self-defense. There you go.
That's
See
awesome. So
that?
you're not stagnant. And I
Good
think,
job.
Emily, you're probably like frustrated because you want, or,
Right.
and I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying that you have that feeling. Because I mean, I can relate looking at
It's like,
myself like from years ago. You want all the answers now,
how
and then
does
you
it
perhaps
feel?
compare yourself like, how come this person has this and this figured out? And I'm like, I'm not there yet. And then you're like, well, most of us are
You
not
know,
there.
yoga,
You know?
all of that physical activity is going to be good, but
Yeah.
yoga, and I'm an instructor, and I'm not talking about hot yoga because that's a different ball game altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But just the hatha and um, vinyasa and ashtanga, and even mudra nidra. That is, going within while someone is like the way Terry does the meditations in the morning. A
Mm-hmm.
little phrase and another little phrase that are
Yeah.
disconnected, not jointed towards each other. Things of that are going to waken up what's inside of you that is
Yes.
making you feel so great. And that same focus that you will understand with the self-defense classes are going to ripen even more because of the yoga, and then scuba.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's
You're going
a
to have
whole
so
new
much
world.
fun.
That's exciting.
You're going
That's
to have
super
so much
exciting.
fun, Emily. And listen, you want a mountain to climb, so be really careful what you wish for.
Hmm.
Be really careful what you wish for,
Yeah.
because I mean, I hear you. You want a challenge. You want to chew into something that you feel passion for, and that you feel is meaningful, and you just want to get at it. I totally get that. And
Uh-huh.
I'm just warning you, be careful what you wish for, because you may end up.
Wow,
Um,
that's so cool.
Love it, Jam says they
yeah,
just started meditating this year.
Meditating,
It's
good for
wonderful.
you.
so mhm. It's
Yeah. I mean, go for it, Emily. Just do a whole bunch of different things and figure out what it is that makes that makes you want to get up in the morning, and then that gives you another stepping stone on your path, you know?
That's amazing, Emily. So that's so
wow,
cool.
Emily, that's awesome. Do you do Wim Hof? Because there you can find a lot of guided Wim Hofs on YouTube. But Wim Hof, if you can hold your breath for 3.5 minutes, you got something there, girl.
Yeah.
And the guy's name is WIMHOFF is his last name. Look him up. He's got a long history through this method of breath holding that he has designed, which is very similar to Lamaze,
Hi, home. Hi,
except that you try to lengthen the amount of time that you hold your breath from 30 to a minute and a half, 2 minutes,
honey.
two
My
and a
kitty
half,
saying hi.
three, 3.5, 4. I mean,
Kitty.
he can hold his breath, I think it's 7 minutes or longer, and he has thwarted off disease and has been in a lab where they've given him things to be sick, and he doesn't get that disease. So
That's amazing, Emily. Wow. And like
I want to
I'm
see the
excited just
kitty.
by
Yeah.
I'm just
you want to
excited
see what?
inside. You need to
I
meet
want
people
that
and talk
kitty.
about these things. Get out and yeah. Oh, thank you. That
Yeah,
was
that
Joni,
it
my
will
kitty.
change your perspective, because that is going to help you love yourself, and that is part of the bigger problem with when all of us, any of us, are feeling that gray and feeling abandoned and rejected. What are we what are we telling ourselves about us?
Mm-hmm.
How are we talking to ourselves in time?
In our heads, yeah.
I'm doing a 9 candle, and I'm
Yeah.
just putting little shorts out, and I'm posting them in the morning. I very rarely record things in my moon lodge, and I'm sitting in the moon lodge doing this candle work. I'm calling them novena because I like the old language, and it's a 9-day candle ritual. Anything that you do for days in a row is a novena. It's a novella.
Yeah.
It's a novel. It's a novel idea. So if you want a little kickstart, I just make a minute and a half video, so you have that flame to focus on and an idea of what to focus on for yourself. And through these 9 days, because of the energy of the Cancer moon yesterday, it
Mm-hmm.
is it is about having permission to love ourselves. And the moon is in Leo, and he rules the heart. So we went from the nurturing of Cancer into the heart of Leo. And that is love yourself first, and then everybody else loves you because you're happy.
It's true.
And you don't feel out on your own, like Bob sings. How does
So,
it feel?
so
Let's
Viviane, go get that kitty and bring that kitty back.
I'll try.
Have we covered all the questions we had posted?
No, we have, I believe we have
We have two more.
two more.
She
Two
ran
more.
away. She ran away. We have two more. Let's all tap into this one. Maybe so we can get probably a little faster.
Do I
Whose
have
turn
the
is it? Is that
issue?
you? Okay, but we could try to.
Why do I have the health issues I have in this life? You see, okay, so this has been a theme a couple of times here. We've had We've had our alien friends joining us, our ET friends joining us, and health has been an issue. And why do you have the health issues in this life? Definitely environment that didn't improve lifetime to lifetime. Habits, undiscovered issues that have festered. When you nip it in the bud, the old saying, nip it in the bud, something that you've been carrying with you in your ancestral heritage, your DNA. You know, you're prone, if you live in a cold climate and grow up in a cold climate where winter is the dominant season, you have a tendency to store fat because it keeps the body warm.
See my kitty again.
Oh, kitty cat.
So your health issues of this life are reflective of ancestral DNA that you're carrying with you, being raised differently than what the Surgeon General now says is, you know, the proper pyramid of food. And making sure that you love yourself is one of the ways to begin to heal. Never feel defeated because progress is slow. That the lesson is fortitude. The lesson is dedication. And the final lesson is commitment. I hope that helps, Maureen.
You know, I am fascinated by how much love all of us light workers have for animals. We've all got animals. We're all crazy about animals. The chat is crazy for animals. I love that.
I want to say hi to
I
Jules
want a kitty,
Niner.
but I love my animals, and I love the kitty that I don't have because I know what my animals would do to the kitty.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Jules Niner and Karen. Okay, Maureen has a comment here from. Okay.
Your Darier's disease and Hashimoto, thyroiditis, just to name a few. Darier's disease is genetic, treatable but not curable. Thanks to lupus. It's viral. That's the other thing. This is what makes it not just in our DNA, but it's a viral code. It turns itself on and turns itself off. I made friends with my lupus. So I understand how to control it. And Hashimoto's, that's tough. You know, Sjogren's, that's tough. All of them are tough. This solar maximum that we're in is killing me.
Yeah.
But I've really got a handle on what to expect now, which helps me sit still. You know, or okay, you got to do this because that just happened. So you just got to research beyond what the doctors tell you. Definitely read everything you can read. When I discovered, I read an article in Good Housekeeping that brought up lupus, and I had everything on the checklist. And so my son broke his arm, and I was at this doctor, this bone doctor, who's sports medicine doctor that's taking care of my kid's arm. And I said, I don't know, but something internal is going on with me, and I think I need a doctor like you. And he said, well, I'll get your blood work started, and we'll you'll go from there. Well, he came back and said, well, there's good news and bad news. What do you want first? I said, well, what's the good news? He said, you don't have cancer. I never even thought of that. And then I did have it when I was in my 40s. And then he said, the bad news is you have systemic lupus and you'll be dead in 10 years if you don't address it right now. And that answered all the questions of my childhood, with my having grand mal seizures and never, ever being tested positive for epilepsy. But that's the only place that they could go in the 50s. So when I got diagnosed with that in the 80s, it was 1988, and I'm sorry, 89. A book had come out that was called The Sun is My Enemy. And all of those autoimmune things that you're talking about, we love our sun, but it doesn't always love us.
Mm-hmm.
The skin is a tender thing. Our epidermis is a tender thing.
Yeah.
And that, depending on your nationality, can make you as pale as me. But as much as I love Sister Mary Day Gonzalez, I think she's a little whiter than I am. You know what I mean? So she
I don't
makes
like
me
going out in the sun at
Yeah,
all.
exactly. You've got, not only does it make you hot, but you can't tolerate it for longer than 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a red beet. I had two colors on my life. Well, what did they used to do? Put baby oil on you and put iodine in it. So you,
Oh my God, I remember that from being a teenager. I did that too. Oh,
that way it looks like I got a tan instead of a
barbaric.
burn. Yeah, you're out there frying.
What did you do? What was that?
Put
You
baby
take
oil.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
iodine and
oil
baby oil.
and you
Wow.
put
The
iodine in it, and
iodine
you just
stain.
sit in the sun and you bake yourself. You roast yourself for like 2 hours or something, and you come off with a really dark sunburn. And oh my God,
Yeah.
Oh, I had blisters on my shoulders from
stupid.
this,
I
like
do get a
blisters,
nice
I
tan,
mean,
but
an inch deep.
I I I don't like being in the sun just because it's uncomfortable. I'm not allergic to it or anything, and I don't think I suffer anything bad from it. But oh boy, I just don't like it. I can feel it like burning my skin, and it's just horrifying to me. It's an awful
I
feeling.
can
yeah.
feel it. And then after it, it penetrates the epidermis layer by layer by layer. So then it gets down to your
Mm-hmm.
bloodstream. It's like getting poison ivy. Then it comes back up to the surface. My shoulders, I feel like there is bugs crawling in them if I've been exposed too long, or my sunblock has worn off and I haven't paid attention and put it on. And with the way it is this year, I'm going to invest in a couple of shirts that block out ultraviolet light. They're not
Yeah,
cheap, but
I
they're
have
worth it, and I'll be able to get some kind of stuff done out there. Just have to make sure the big hat and 70 on your face and 30, 70 on your body, even under that kind of armor wear.
I do. I have light skin, but I do get a
Oh,
tan.
that's for Leah. I think you wanted. That's my reply to Leah. I think you wanted shenanigans. Yeah, you do hear birds.
I do
They're
have. I do get a tan, but even though I have light skin, and I do feel like that. I saw a comment from Emily about feeling a little depressed and with less sunlight. I do feel that way too. We have one more question, and then we're for Donna Marie.
Hey, Donna Marie.
Donna, I asked.
Leah, that's be careful of sun. I'm sorry, I didn't
No,
mean.
no problem. Breaking out in little
Yep.
hipsy bumps. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
So I was Donna Marie asked for a message from the masters. So I guess we cannot tune into this one. I asked if she's still here, but I believe she is. I first heard that she needs to have more fun. Don't take life so seriously. And then I just heard get out, as you know, get out of your house, get out, socialize a little more.
Stop it. Stop it.
And then I heard play, have fun, and feed your inner child.
Yeah, I hear more laughter.
Mm-hmm.
More laughter is needed.
So yeah, so that's what we have for you, Donna Marie. Yeah, definitely have fun. Add some play and laughter to your uh, daily routine. So this was our last request, our last message. I'm going to ask Diana to please do the healing for us, and then I'll close the records and we can talk about what we're doing next.
Okay. Let's end as we began with taking in 3 deep breaths. Please place us in a steady stream of divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and divine grace. Michael, wrap your blue bubble of protection around us as we shrink and shrinks to fit as we step into the healing teal green orb of Raphael that floats and shares and spreads and transfers. The divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace. We ask for extra protection for those being ravaged by weather, fire, rain, tornadoes, earthquakes, to protect us, one and all. So mote it be.
Thank you. Thank you, Diana. And I'm going to go ahead and close the records, and I would like to close by thanking the light for the truth, and I would like to close by thanking the light for the healing energy, and I would like to close by thanking the light for the guidance and compassion towards our soul's purpose. And with this, we lock the record of this group and those watching the replay, and the records are now closed. Thank you all. Thank you, Linda and Diana. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And oops, I didn't mean to do this.
And one final word, we all need to be careful in the sun. These are very different times.
Yeah.
We burned off that stuff a long time ago, and now the sun is doing it because of the plasma it's putting out. Okay.
Yes.
I'm hungry.
So what are you ladies are doing next? Do you have a live anything happening?
I have a show at 7. I'm sorry,
Okay.
9. I have
Yeah,
a reading
okay.
show at 9. There's a recording of last night's full moon with Illumination Portal if you haven't seen it. If you want a little nudge towards some meditation and internal healing, I'm posting shorts for the next 7 days. Plus, there's already a couple up.
Yes,
And
and we want to increase Diana's
oh,
Yes,
subscribers
please
too.
yeah,
subscribe to Diana.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have 192
you have
subscribers as of
195
this
now,
morning.
so let's get her to a
So yeah, let's get her to 200 subscribers today. She only needs 5 more.
Mm-hmm. I'll post the. Okay. Oh yeah, here. Thank you, Diane. Diane G just posted the channels. Yeah, please
Thank you.
do.
Thank you,
We want
Diana.
to increase Diana's channel. Well, I have a live stream that I'm simulcasting to my channel on Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. With John Beanie, we're going to be live for 2 hours, doing Akashic Records readings, clearings, and healings. And yeah, it's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and 8:30 Pacific, and 4:30 UK time, and it's every Monday and Thursday.
I caught you yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, so um, please join. So it's either at John Beanie I'm sorry, at John Beanie's channel or at my channel, because we're simulcasting now. So I'm excited about that. And next week we're back 5 p.m. Eastern time here, and then Linda will be hosting the next live
Yeah.
stream
Yeah.
for the Akashic Adventures. And so yeah, and again, just double check your subscriptions, and make sure you have the notification
Turned on. Yeah. Turn on your notifications, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
You're welcome, everyone who has said thank you to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Thank you all.
even those, that doesn't mean you have to. I just because you all I know are feeling it. So
Yes. Yes.
I want to say that Viviane and I have both reached 500 subscribers. Can I make the announcement about the show?
Sure. Yeah.
So we're going to do a show the 31st of January. There'll be announcements. There'll be, the usual YouTube things will show up. But I'm gonna do a special thumbnail for it, and we're gonna have Diana's going to be a guest on the show. We're going to be we're going to give away some readings, and it'll be at 6:00 Eastern. Is that what 6 or 7?
Yes. 6 o'clock Eastern time on the
Eastern time on Friday, January 21st. Big special show, 3 o'clock Pacific.
Yes, it'll be fun.
And I'll be on Thursday on my regular 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern with Ginger Faye as my guest this week.
Yes, nice. Ginger is lovely.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you. So thank you, ladies. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you soon.
All righty. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week.
Yeah. Thank
See
you.
you soon.
Bye.
Love you all so much. Thank you.